So let me ask you, are you a yanker? Not wanker, yanker, rider, or lifter? Now, if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about here, I think you're really going to enjoy this video because it is going to make such a huge difference to improving the consistency of your stitches. Now, if you've ever been following a pattern and found that you weren't able to obtain the same gauge, chances are you've been told to switch hook sizes, right? And maybe that did help, but it didn't quite hit the mark. Well, there's a reason for that. It probably helped with the width of your stitches, but not the height. And that's because your tension is about more than just your yarn and hook. It's also about how you make the stitch. These three samples here have all been done with the same chain count and hook size, but look at the vast difference in the height of those stitches. And this is where all the magic happens. The golden loop. This is just a cute nickname that's been given to the loop that comes up and through the stitch, and it actually controls the height of your stitch. So whenever you hear the term pull up a loop, it's this one right here, the golden loop. So for example, when you do a single crochet, you pull up a loop, there's your golden loop. Your half double crochet, pull up a loop, double, pull up a loop, and your treble, pull up a loop. And we all make this loop a little differently depending on how we tension our yarn. If you're a yanker, you pull tightly on your yarn and your hook tends to stay low and close to the work, making your stitches tighter. If you're a rider, then your hook is sort of in the middle, riding on top or above the stitch, sort of in line with the other stitches. And if you're a lifter, then your hook literally lifts a little bit higher than the stitches. Here you can really see the difference. These first few were done as a yanker, these middle ones here as a rider, and these last few as a lifter. And what's really interesting about this is that you can fluctuate depending on your mood or what you're working on. If you're working with a yarn or a pattern that you're not really used to, then you may tend to work a little bit more tightly. Or if you're working quickly or getting tired, you may find that you start lifting more. So this is really useful to just see where you kind of lay on that spectrum. I would recommend that you do a swatch for yourself like I did here. Without really concentrating on it, just work in a way that's comfortable for you. And then when you're done, have a look at your stitches and focus on the furthest leg here of your double crochet stitch. Look at the difference of the furthest leg here compared to the one that I did replicating a tight or a yanking style. And here as a lifter, that leg is a lot longer. One thing I want to clarify here is there's really not a right or wrong here. I'm not trying to encourage you to do one over the other. Ideally, the rider is going to give you a beautiful, consistent stitch. But more importantly, just being aware of where you land on this kind of scale is going to help you get more consistent with your stitches. Because now you have something to look at to gauge where you are. If your stitches are all over the place, some are high, some are low, and you're not getting a consistent looking fabric, this is where you want to focus on, that golden loop. And that's another thing that's really interesting about this is that you may be following a pattern as a lifter, and the pattern designer may be an extreme yanker. And once you realize that, you can adapt from there. And to me, this is such a big deal because we get so caught up on the hook sizes and how we're tensioning our yarn with our fingers. And all of that is important and does help, but more often than not, it is simply how you're handling that loop. I truly believe just being aware of the golden loop and where you fit on that scale is going to make a huge difference to your consistency with your stitches and make it so much easier for you to obtain gauge when you're working with a pattern. Well, I hope you got some value from this video, and if you did, a like is always appreciated. I'd love to know what style crocheter you are. Let me know in the comments. Are you a yanker, a rider, or a lifter, or maybe all three? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.